Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Genoa City has never been short on secrets, but the ones whispered behind closed doors this week have the power to unravel friendships, test loyalties, and change lives forever. In the middle of it all, two storylines collide. Mariah turning to Daniel for a discreet favor that could reshape her family's future, and Kane making a bold move that leaves Billy reeling. Mariah's whispered request. The day began quietly at Crimson Lights, but the stillness didn't match the storm inside Mariah Copeland's heart. She sat at her favorite corner table, stirring her coffee until the foam dissolved into a swirl of brown. Devin had noticed her distracted mood earlier, but she brushed him off with a quick smile. This was something she needed to handle alone. When Daniel Romalotti Jr. walked in, her pulse kicked up. He hadn't expected to see her there, but she waved him over with urgency. "Mariah," Daniel greeted warmly, slipping into the seat across from her. "You look like you've seen a ghost." "Not a ghost," she whispered, leaning in. "But I need your help, something nobody else can know about." Daniel frowned, sensing the weight of her words. "You know you can trust me. What's going on?" Mariah glanced around the cafe, ensuring no curious ears lingered nearby. "It's about Aria. Tessa and we're worried. We've got her in speech therapy. We're following every recommendation, but there's something else we need. And it has to stay between us." Daniel's brows lifted. His protective instinct for kids had only grown since reconnecting with Heather and Lucy.
"Tell me."
Mariah exhaled shakily. "There's a specialist in California, top of the field. But they only accept referrals from certain contacts. I found out you know someone who could make it happen. Could you pull some strings for us?" Daniel blinked in surprise. "You want me to get Aria into that program?" "Yes," she said, her voice trembling. "I'd do it myself, but if Devin found out, he'd feel blindsided. He wants to believe we're following his plan, his recommendations. I don't want to hurt him. But I can't sit back if there's a chance to give Aria the best shot." Daniel leaned back, torn between admiration and concern. "That's a lot to ask, Mariah. If Devin discovers I helped you go behind his back." "I know," she interrupted, her eyes shining. "That's why I'm asking for secrecy. Please, Daniel. You're the only one I can trust with this." For a long moment, Daniel said nothing. Then he reached across the table, covering her hand with his. "For Aria, I'll do it. But you need to be prepared. Secrets like this, they have a way of coming out." Mariah nodded, relief softening her face. "I'll take that risk." Kane's calculated strike. While Mariah wrestled with her clandestine plan, another storm brewed across town. Billy Abbott was riding high at Chancellor Winters, convinced his instincts were sharper than ever. He strutted into the office, dropping bold ideas like confetti, leaving Lily and Jill both exasperated and reluctantly impressed. But Billy had no idea Kane Ashby was back in Genoa City and ready to make waves. Kane, looking sharper and more confident than when he'd last left town, had been quietly setting up meetings, calling in old favors, and lining up allies. The buzz of his return hadn't yet reached Billy's ears, but it was about to hit like a freight train. Late that afternoon, Billy stepped into society for a quick drink, only to freeze when he spotted Kane at the bar. Well, Billy drawled, masking his unease with bravado. "If it isn't the ghost of screw-ups past." Kane smirked, raising his glass. "Billy boy, I'd say it's good to see you, but that would be a lie." Billy approached cautiously, sizing up his old rival. "What are you doing back here? Don't tell me you're planning to stir up trouble." "Trouble?" Kane echoed with a chuckle. "No, I'm here for opportunity. You've made quite a mess of things since I've been gone. Chancellor Winters needs stability, something you've never been able to provide." Billy bristled, his fists clenching. "You think you're going to waltz in here and undermine me?" "I don't think it," Kane said coolly. "I know it. I've already spoken to Jill. She's interested in fresh leadership, someone who won't gamble away the company's future." The color drained from Billy's face. Jill was his last anchor, the one person who gave him the benefit of the doubt time and again. If Kane had really gotten into her ear, his entire position could crumble. "You've got nothing," Billy spat, but his voice lacked conviction. Kane leaned in, his smile cutting like a blade. "I've got more than you realize. And soon, the whole world will see just how shaky you are. Brace yourself, Billy. I'm here to rock your world." The fallout looms. News of Kane's return spread like wildfire through the Genoa City grapevine. Devon raised his eyebrows when he heard, muttering that Lily didn't need another distraction when the company was already a powder keg. Lily herself tried to keep calm, but deep down she knew Kane had a knack for slipping under Billy's skin, and if Billy lost focus now, it could cost them everything. Meanwhile, Mariah went home to Tessa and Arya, her heart pounding with the weight of her secret. She wanted to tell Tessa what she'd asked of Daniel, but fear held her back. What if Devon found out through Tessa by accident? For now, silence seemed safest. Daniel, for his part, sat in his apartment staring at his phone, debating whether to make the call. He wanted to help Mariah and Arya, but a voice inside reminded him that crossing Devon Hamilton was no small matter. Still, the memory of Lucy's struggles, and the difference the right support had made, tipped the scale. He dialed the number. On the other side of town, Billy stormed into Chancellor Winters, slamming his office door. He could already hear whispers in the hall. Kane's back. Kane's making moves. Kane's talking to Jill. The paranoia gnawed at him, feeding his worst impulses. Was he about to spiral again? Or could he finally outmaneuver his old rival? A town on edge. As night fell, Genoa City shimmered under the glow of neon lights, but its residents were tangled in shadows of secrecy and rivalry. Mariah had set in motion a plan that could either save her daughter's future or fracture her family's trust. Daniel carried the weight of her quest, knowing it might put him in Devon's crosshairs. And Kane's return wasn't just about revenge. It was about redemption, power, and proving to himself that he could rise from the ashes. But in doing so, he'd awaken Billy's demons, pushing the Abbott heir closer to the edge. The question now wasn't whether the truth would come out, but how many lives would be shaken when it did. Closing beat. Mariah looked at her sleeping daughter that night, brushing a soft curl from Arya's forehead. "I'll do anything for you," she whispered. Across town, Kane toasted his reflection in the bar mirror, a satisfied grin spreading across his face. "Round 2, Billy boy. Let's see who survives this time." And somewhere in between, Billy stared out his office window, the city lights blurring as he clenched his jaw. "You want a war, Kane? You've got one." The stage was set. Genoa City was bracing for impact.